In this 4-part series, I head to Sweden for the NHL Global Series to watch the Tampa Bay Lightning play the Buffalo Sabres, but first I stop in Frankfurt, Germany. And when we arrive in Sweden, can we find our Airbnb? But we did get to explore the very historic town of Sigtuna and get to meet a local chef and restaurant owner. But on our way to Stockholm, why is our train leaving without us? And now we gotta leave.
A little taco stand in the middle of the desert, eating fresh fruit in the LA heat. Traveling the country, stopping into every diner, hauling the bump right next to me. Traveling food. Traveling food.
Alright, so it is Sunday, November 3rd. I'm in Windsor, Ontario right now at my aunt's house. I'm gonna get dropped off here at a shuttle that takes me from Windsor to the Detroit airport. Holland knows something's going on. Am I leaving you? I don't want to leave you, but I'll be back. I'm getting excited. Oh, I'm doing a little self-promotion wearing my shirt too. But we're gonna be heading out here in just a couple minutes. But I'm gonna miss you, Holland. No. I'm gonna miss you. So here we go, off to Detroit is the next kind of stop, and then Germany, and then Sweden. It's gonna be awesome seeing the Tampa Bay Lightning play over in Sweden. I have been on the road for quite a while and was just in Ontario and Quebec for the Lightning games against the Canadiens and the Maple Leafs and the Senators, and found myself in Windsor, so that's why I was leaving Detroit. And I'm gonna meet up with a buddy of mine in Stockholm when I arrive tomorrow, the next day, so that should be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to checking out a country I've never been in before. I got my bag checked, got my little carry-on here, and we're gonna go through security, get some food, catch up on some emails, but here we go. Hockey Town Cafe, you know you're in Red Wings country. Instead of getting a full meal before the flight, I did pick up a handful of local snacks from the gift shop. There's my plane. I'm flying Lufthansa to Stockholm, and I actually have a layover in Frankfurt where I have like a 10-hour layover in Frankfurt. So I'm gonna do a little exploring over in Germany on my way over to Sweden. So I just landed in Germany, just went through security, or the customs, which was behind me there. And they didn't even ask me a single question. Just showed them my passport. The guy flipped through a few pages, gave me a stamp. Flight was good. I watched a movie, and then I had a little dinner, barbecue beef with, it was like with grits and green beans, and a little chocolate cheesecake thing for dessert, and a little salad. And then I watched some Sunday night football, so a good game between the Patriots and the Ravens. And shortly after that game ended, we landed. So it is just after 6 a.m. local time in Germany, and now I'm gonna figure out where the heck I'm going. I'm gonna try to take the train. I was originally gonna go to Frankfurt, but now I think I'm gonna go to a little town called Mainz, M-A-I-N-Z. Check it out. So it's just, the airport is basically in between Frankfurt and Mainz. Mainz is actually on the Rhine River. Really don't have any plans here. I'm just gonna go walk around, do a little exploring. I know there's some vineyards around Mainz. It's known as kind of like a wine country, but fortunately not enough time to check those out, so I'm just gonna stroll around the city and see what I can find. So I just went into this bakery that looked really, really good, and I ordered a coffee and a cheese pretzel and this like streusel kind of thing. And I went to go pay, but they apparently do not take American credit cards. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't think any place nowadays you wouldn't be able to use like a Visa or MasterCard, but this is one of them, so it kind of sucks because it looked really good and I have no German. I didn't stay in Mainz too long, and I actually had quite a bit of time left, so I actually took the train all the way back to the city of Frankfurt. Spent about an hour walking around Frankfurt before I went back to the airport to catch my flight to Stockholm. So I found this cool place called Hossmann's in the Frankfurt airport. It's like a local restaurant that had a lot of cool local German dishes. I got Spätzle with pumpkin sauce, cheese, and roasted pumpkin seeds. It was really, really good. And I found a cool pretzel vendor before I jumped on my flight. Stockholm flight is about to leave, so about to board. There looks like there's like a girls soccer team that's going on it too, so hopefully it's not too loud and I can get some sleep on there because I'm pretty tired. But they're calling for the last of the people. So got my ticket, my pillow, which is my hoodie, and we're gonna go get on the plane. And of course, we have to take a bus at the airport. I don't think I've ever been to the Frankfurt airport, or I have not ridden the bus from terminal to terminal, but here we go.
Everything is just easy since you told me what could become of me. I put together all the pieces, and now it's time for me to fly away. Everything is just easy since you told me what could become of me. I put together all the pieces, and now it's time for me to fly away.
Cheese sandwich. So just landed in Stockholm. Pretty excited. My buddy Bill lands in about a half hour from now, so I'm gonna go get my bag. But I just found this little Swedish gift shop that has a bunch of cool looking Swedish food, including moose and reindeer meat. They have a bunch of smoked fish here. They got moose and reindeer meat. In this cooler here, some Swedish cheese and cookbooks, and berries, and I guess gingerbread's a pretty popular thing up here. So I'm gonna be pretty excited to eat my way around Sweden. There's actually, behind me back there is a burger place called Max, that apparently is like a popular Swedish burger place up here too, so maybe at some point we'll check that out. But I want to go look at these stores because when I fly out, it's a really early flight and I'm scared that they're going to be closed when I fly back to Detroit. But I also want to get my bags before they get taken away, so I'm gonna go down and get my bags. Oh, they got a lot of cool shops down this hallway too. It's a pretty nice looking airport. It doesn't look like it's super big, but it does look very nice. But anyways, I'm gonna grab my bag and then wait for my buddy. So here we go. Got a little hungry waiting for Bill, so they have cinnamon Coke Zero that I tried, ginger cookie Twix, and tried one of the burgers from Max. This was one of their kind of different kind of burgers, but it was actually really good. The Bill finally made it, and guys, Bill doesn't really do social media, doesn't really like being on camera, so you're gonna see him a few times during this series, but feel lucky when you do get to see him. But anyways, we're spending the first couple nights in Sweden's oldest town called Sigtuna. So we picked up an Uber at the airport and we are driving into Sigtuna to check into our Airbnb. The Uber just dropped us off and now we're trying to navigate the streets of Sigtuna trying to find our Airbnb. But we actually got pretty good directions. Got turned around a little bit. And no, that doesn't look like it. Oh, this is it here. There it is. That little one up there with the white balcony. So we gotta find a way up there, but that's where we're going. So this is our Airbnb. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, there's Bill. We got a cottage next to this really nice house here. And we'll take you inside for a little tour. What's up, Bill? We got a little kitchen, microwave, fridge, a couple burners, sink. And we got the bathroom up here, little toilet, sink, stand-up shower. I'm probably gonna have to watch my head on this. Should be alright. Well, I don't know, the sink's right there. I might run into it a couple times. And then you got the living room, or living area, bedroom area on this side. So it's like a little double bed there, and then bunk beds, little table. There's Wi-Fi here apparently, and cool little balcony. And over there is the water, and that's the other side of the water there. So I'll do another walk tomorrow when it's later, but looks pretty cool. We're within walking distance to the little downtown. It's kind of getting to be off season here, but we did walk to the city center and picked up some snacks for the room for the night. All right, we got snacks. Snacks. Oops, here's my passport. These Swedish potato chips, cheddar and garlic. They're really good. And I got some kind of popcorn flavored chocolate bar. This is gonna be interesting. And this soda that they sell in regular too, but I got the zero variety to keep my slim figure. I think it's like an apple soda, but it looks like it's very Swedish because I've seen these in a few different stores. And a mystery can of something here. I think it's like a holiday thing because there's like a Christmas tree in the front. But I'm about to open it up. Let's see what we got. So it looks like Bill's trying to Google it. It looks like a cherry Dr. Pepper, color-wise. It's not bad. It started out like I wasn't gonna like it, but then it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. It started out with like a black licorice taste, and then went to like cherry Coke taste. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a holiday spice soda. It's not that bad. self-admittingly kind of a view snob, and one of the selling points on this little Airbnb was this view out of the back porch. So it is our first official full day in Sweden, and we're gonna check out Sigtuna. But first, just enjoy the morning here at the little cottage. Made some coffee and oh yep, got our flag up. I want to put it out on the balcony, but probably wait on that. But check out this view. So we got a little patio here. Whew, it is cold. That's not too bad. And check out this view over the water. It's real sweet. Here's the little Sweden flag up there. Kind of nautical flag. Pretty cool out here. Oh, there's somebody walking their dog. Morning. There's a path along the water and then the road. You can take either one into town, just like a 5-minute walk. Really cool. Old Swedish town. This is the oldest town in Sweden, actually. So it's pretty sweet. But yeah, this is our little home for the next 2 nights. We are leaving our Airbnb, which is the little cottage with the balcony right there, and then that's the main house there. We're gonna go explore town. What's up, Bill? We're gonna, it's beautiful out here. So a little frosty, some traces of white on the ground. But we're gonna head into town and then check out a restaurant for lunch, which should be pretty cool. Meet up with some friends of ours from Tampa in a little bit. Doing our morning walk here and just came up across the restaurant that we're going to be visiting here in a few hours. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:15 right now. About 1 o'clock we're going to come back here. It's like an awesome little place right on the water. It's actually literally on the water. As you can see, you got to walk down this little plank to get onto the little barge they got. Beautiful out here. Sun is rising, blue skies. I'm excited to check out this restaurant. It's gonna be really cool. They got the menu here. It's all in Swedish, so you can figure out a few words, but not too many. We got some wood here that I'm guessing they use for some of their cooking. We'll figure that out later. Obviously, coming out here in the summer would be beautiful because you can sit out on their patio here right on the water. But excited to check it out. We will be back in a few hours. Had some friends from Tampa that already arrived in Stockholm, and they were going to come up to Sigtuna for the day to meet us. So we found a little coffee shop to grab a coffee while we waited for them. Say something witty. Hey. The St. Olaf church ruins. This building was built in the 12th century, if you can believe that. And it looks like it's open to where you can walk inside, so we're gonna go check it out. There's a cemetery with tombstones all around the outside of it here too, so I'm gonna check out some of the dates on those. All right, here we go inside. Pretty amazing. doing the Google Translate. That's crazy.
You want me to move it away?
Sure. See? Swedish there and it was English on the screen. Oh,
it takes it takes a minute to.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Technology. What would the people that built this thing think of that? Gotta love Google Translate. So like I was saying earlier, this is more of a summer town and it's getting to be near the end of the season, but it's still a really cool looking old, almost like fishing village in a way. But we spent a little bit of time checking out some of the stores that were around. I'm gonna quickly learn that Swedish people love their candy. I stumbled upon this really cool candy shop and actually had the chance to meet the owner. What game you guys playing?
I'm just gonna go ahead and see.
Who's winning? Oh, that's it. Into the fall.
Easy for
That's
you
how
to
good
say.
it
I know
is.
this is the king. That's all I know.
Are those chestnuts?
Yeah, it looks looks a little bit like it's
Somebody took a bite out of that one.
Yeah, just a bit. Okay.
What else did you catch?
I got 3 fishies here. Look at all these.
Nice. We are back at Krogan Bar. It's 1 o'clock right now, so we're gonna go in and check the place out. Looking forward to it. We are here inside the restaurant. It's a beautiful place, and I'm meeting with one of the owners and chefs, Kala. And this is one of the other gentlemen that works here at Kala as well, the same name. So getting a little history of the building, and we're gonna take a little tour around, but excited to check it out. Kitchen here is pretty cool. It's a tiny little kitchen. They usually have 2 or 3. I guess 2 is ideal. People working back here. They got the little stove and some of the kitchen equipment. But it's amazing all the stuff that they do in here. You see out the window, they actually have a pretty nice view. And since we're on water, it's pretty calm out here today. But you can tell that you get a little you got to get your sea legs in here a little bit too, so it's kind of interesting. I can imagine on a choppy day out here, chopping on a choppy day, it's going to be kind of challenging, but this is where all the magic happens. And this is like a little charcoal barbecue they have, which is pretty cool. So they'll finish like a sous vide cooked meat on this charcoal barbecue, which is kind of like a Japanese style, which is pretty cool to see. So I get that extra char and flavor on it afterwards.
This is celeriac, this is Jerusalem artichoke. We have some mushroom, like an oyster mushroom, tasting oyster. And then we have carrots, and this is like the vegetables we use for lamb, for example, or the potato. So we put it with the herbs and olive oil and lemon zest. Right now, what I'm gonna eat, we put it on small Conroe grill, so it's a barbecue.
The menu changes quite often. They use a lot of really local food, and then they use a lot of seasonal food too. So they're just getting into the winter season. This is cool. So we're in the basement of the restaurant now, which is pretty cool. So it's like a bar kind of lounge area where people will hang out before their table is ready upstairs. And we're actually under sea level right now for the most part here. And this opens up where they fill up this tank or area here with water to make sure the restaurant stays level. They were saying as people come in for dinner upstairs, the weight distribution changes, so all the weight goes to the front. So they'll actually have to adjust the water level in here to account for the people that are upstairs, which is pretty interesting. You got the whole nautical theme down here. It's really cool. Doubles as a wine cellar down here too, with some bar snacks, potato chips, local potato chips, and some cool kind of cookbooks from around the world up there too that are, I'm sure, inspire the chef to do some different kind of things. And a little coffee bar back here. It's a pretty cool area. Outside here to the outdoor deck in the back of the restaurant. So in the summertime they'll have tables and chairs out here. The scenery out here. You can imagine being out here on a nice summer day. Weren't actually serving food when we went there. It's time to go back up the hill into town and get some Swedish meatballs. So apparently Swedish meatballs are really a thing in Sweden. It seems like pretty much every restaurant has their play on Swedish meatballs. For the most part, they're all pretty much the same, but kind of plated differently. Now back to the Airbnb to relax for a little bit, and then it's dinner time. Crazy part is it's only like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's already getting dark and the moon is already out. Alright, we're watching some Swedish TV and it is 4:30 p.m. And it's dark outside, and that's the moon behind the trees. Yes, 4:30 p.m. Crazy. Trying to figure out what to do tonight. There's Bill. Alright, earlier today we were at the Augusta Johnson's candy store. We got a package of what looked like authentic cracked Swedish fish. So we're gonna open it up and try one. Alright, we got the bag open. I'm gonna try one of these Swedish fish. They're pretty good. But the real test is for Bill, who's the Swedish fish connoisseur. Try one? Let me know what you think.
Give it an A for Swedish fish from Sweden.
We get 2 thumbs up from Bill. They're pretty legit. I got chocolate covered Swedish fish in this bag. And try them later. Alright, we're here at the restaurant Blah in Sigtuna, and the chef just gave me, or the owner just gave me some smoked reindeer that the chef prepared.
Oh, it's not reindeer actually. It's
just
deer.
Just deer, okay, like Bambi, like venison, essentially.
No. Only the Sami people can kill the reindeer.
Gotcha.
It's more like the Disney approach to it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We're gonna give it a try here. It's good. It's got a nice, very good smoky flavor to it. Very tender. It's not really like beef jerky like. It's got a little bit of like beef. I mean, it's very tender, so it's not. Your mind kind of thinks it's like beef jerky, but because it's cold. It's good. Sorry, Bambi. For my main course, I got this local fish and shrimp stew, which is very good. And the name of the restaurant was named after this children's book. So I'm gonna open the smash bar. No, I didn't get the hockey puck one. So you saw a hockey puck shaped ice cream bar too. It looked black. Like the outside of it looked black and it had black swirls in the middle. So I didn't know if that was like black licorice or what. The hockey puck one. But anyways, here is the smash bar. Oh, dude, you know what this is? It's like a chocolate bar with like Captain Crunch pieces in it. It tastes like exactly like Captain Crunch. I'd say our first day in Sweden was a success, and day number 2, today we're actually going to be heading down to Stockholm after this beautiful sunrise over Sigtuna. Alright, we are leaving the Sigtuna Airbnb. Got a Uber on the way. So we're gonna grab that and then head into Stockholm. Or actually we're taking that to the train station to Marsta, which is just east of here. And then we'll be jumping on the train and heading into Stockholm. So we'll say our goodbyes to Sigtuna. So we're on the train, and we've been sitting here for quite a while now, and we keep making announcements, but only in Swedish. A bunch of people keep getting off, but then they'll get back on and sit back on the plane, the train. So It's been now over an hour since we left. What do we do? So we're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. There's no English translation at all, so we're just continuing to sit here. And some people are still on the train, so gives us hope that something's happening, but literally just half the people got off just a minute ago. They've done about like 4 or 5 announcements now periodically. And some people, like I said, are getting off, then they'll come back on, so who knows? Alright, so we finally made the call to get off the train. We're gonna call it Uber. It kind of sucks, but we're gonna be able to check into our Airbnb a little bit early. So, here we go to get an Uber. See you later, train. Alright, there goes the train. You can see it leaving behind me. And now we have to wait 8 minutes to spend $30 on an Uber. We could have just been on the train. Oh, but we waited on there for an hour. And sure enough, as soon as we get off, it leaves. But it is what it is, right, Bill?
Yep.
Yeah, the train, as soon as we got on, the very next stop, it stopped and basically just stood there for an hour and we didn't know what to do. But we did hop into an Uber. It's getting kind of exciting. We can start seeing all these signs for Stockholm, and we're entering into the city, and we are going to check into our Airbnb and check it out. The old key under the mat trick. On the next episode, we will give you the grand tour of our Stockholm Airbnb, and we are getting ready for some hockey.